baby. Raising hell today, okay?
Bring the juice today, brother. Let's get it.
You gonna be standing right next to me, man?
Let's go.
That's what we do now. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's do a thing now. Take off, kid. Take off, kid.
Run.
Far side of the 10. Step on to the 5. 10 for the end zone.
What a play. What a play.
Derrick Henry was on my team, so I'm going to go Texans, I guess.
Yeah, he's on Tennessee, though.
Oh.
You tried. You went for it. I appreciate it. This is Up the Gut. Live.
100%. Hello, welcome to another episode of Up the Gut. I'm your host, Matthew F. Ehlers, and the draft is over. And here with me, of course, to talk about how the draft went and how the future looks for some of these squads is my co-host, Bills Mafia Don, Patrick Kimmel, a.k.a. El Pollo Loco.
It's still going, and I love it. So I give that intro an A+.
I'll take it.
And that grade actually matters compared to what? Draft grades, which are stupid.
Oh, no. Oh, this is a hot take.
Ooh, look at this. We already got a sub-tormented gaming. It's happening.
Now, do you think it doesn't matter because we don't know how the players will turn out in the pro level yet? That's your line of thinking, right? Is you think that you should wait a while before we...
Yeah, how are you going to grade what a college guy is going to do in the pro on the team? I mean, there's so many factors that you can't take into account by just saying, oh, look, this guy went to this team. And it pissed me off so much that people are trying to hand out these grades. And it's not even so much they're handing out grades. Okay, it's your job. You got to talk about shit. Do it. But the problem that bothers me is that people think these grades matter. They're looking at it like, oh, man, they gave me a C-. This sucks. Oh, look, we got an A+. None of it's matter. It's like me throwing out. It's like, whose line is it anyway? You get 36 points for that. It doesn't matter. Sorry. See what happens when you don't have that Delta 8 stuff? You get riled up.
Oh, you're definitely a lot more awake this week.
Damn right. I apologize for last week. This is what you guys get. I do it for you.
Well, let's go through a couple draft picks from a few years ago. Let's see if they got these grades right then.
Okay. What do we got? Which draft are we going with?
Well, we went back just a few years, 2018. So that
okay.
So these players are going, if they're still playing, they're going to their fourth season.
Okay.
And so we'll go with all the first round picks. I'll run through some names here. We got Baker Mayfield, and let me scroll real quick. For drafting Baker Mayfield in the first round, they gave the Browns a B. Okay,
and after his first year, he probably was still maybe an A-, B+. I mean, he had, I think, the most rookie touchdowns. So he was up there. But after his second year, he probably would have been a C-. I think he's a solid A- if I had to look at it now.
Baker?
Yeah, that'd be me. I don't know about you.
All right. I mean, yeah, that's what I was thinking is A-. Like I think he's easily the best quarterback the Browns have had since coming back in the league.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be the first one to start 3 consecutive seasons since they've been a team again.
Yep. And then the Giants, that was the year they drafted Saquon Barkley.
Ooh, I'm sure they got an A+ on that one.
They got an A- for that one.
Ooh. I'd still probably put him an A-, B+ because injuries.
Yeah, but when he's healthy though, he's one of the best backs in football.
Ridiculously talented. So
he was a good choice. The Jets picked up Sam Darnold that year with the 3rd overall pick.
What was the grade?
For picking up Sam Darnold, they gave we went about AFC East. They gave him an A. NFL.
Man, these grades really. He's already on another team.
Yeah.
Come on, these grades. This is what I don't hate Sam Darnold. I think he'll be better in Carolina than he was with the Jets. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gave him an A. Poo on that. Okay, next.
I think they just gave him an A because the fact that they actually drafted a quarterback first. Because that's what.
Well, Sam Darnold was supposed to be amazing in New York. So.
Oh, Cleveland had 2 first-round picks that year.
That seems to happen quite a bit.
Yeah, they had the 1st and the 4th pick that year.
That's high.
Yeah. And with the 4th pick, they picked up Denzel Ward, who's a cornerback.
I think he's been solid. I can't tell you for sure, but I feel like he's been good.
I'm trying to see if they might have picked up his. Yeah, they picked up his 5th-year option. So yeah, they're going to keep him around for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know that he's been mind blowing, but I mean, I've heard the name, so that means something.
I mean, 7 interceptions over those 3 years. That's not terrible at all.
No, I'd say that'd be solid B plus.
Yeah. So for their whole first round, for Baker and for him, they gave him a B.
Wow, that was
Denver,
really not like him.
Denver picked up Bradley Chubb that year, their defensive end. Not to be confused with Nick Chubb, who I believe also plays for the Broncos.
Nick Chubb was the Browns.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I know it was one of those B teams.
Bradley Chubb, he's an edge rusher, right?
Yes, Bradley Chubb is a defensive end. And
he hasn't been amazing.
He's got some solid numbers. I mean, 2019 was a bad year for him because of injuries. He only played 4 games.
Okay.
But the 2 years he was mostly healthy. He started every game his rookie year, missed a couple last season. But yeah, in 3 years, he's gotten 20.5 sacks.
Did he get most of them his rookie season or most of them in the last season?
Most of them were his rookie season because
he was opposite Von Miller whenever he's the guy, though. Not
right.
many sacks.
Right.
So, B.
That's right. And they gave
B for Bradley Chubb.
Let me take a look real quick, make sure that was their only pick for that round. Detroit. Okay, yeah. So for Bradley Chubb, they gave the Broncos an A.
I'd say it's a B.
Yeah. I'd say, like I said, I think these grades are just kind of because all you can go off of that time is what you see them do in. That's when the Colts drafted Quentin Nelson. I didn't realize that. Quentin Nelson was the 6th overall pick that year. And I likes me some Quentin Nelson, I'll tell you what.
All right. Well, then I agree.
Have you not seen the video where he completely blows up that poor cornerback or safety or whoever he was?
I guess I haven't. I don't watch a lot of Colts, though.
I'm going to have to send you that clip. Yeah, it's a running play. It's one of those plays where he has to pull from one side all the way to the other.
All the way over. Mm-hmm.
And so he's pulling and he's just booking it at top speed and he's screaming the whole way he's running. And the one guy he catches is this poor little defensive back and he just wrecks him.
Okay, well, I give him an A plus.
Oh, it's so
not
classic.
because of the hit, but because he screams the whole time. That's my type of guy.
Yeah, but no, I think I'll have to take a look at their line, but I think he's easily the best offensive lineman they have.
No, I've heard the name. If you're an offensive lineman, I heard your name. I don't watch your team. Probably means you're all right.
Yeah, and they gave him an A for that.
I give him an A for effort.
I give him an A plus.
Effort.
And then just breeze through a couple of these other names. Roquan Smith, Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen was 10th overall for Arizona. I gotta see what grade they got for him. Oh, Josh
Rosen's playing on 4 teams and can't even stay on the practice squad.
Oh, Josh Rosen.
Poor guy.
Okay, Josh Rosen. They gave him an A for picking up Josh Rosen. What would you give him now?
An F.
An F. Ooh.
He couldn't even stay on a practice squad. He's been on 4 different teams in 4 years. He got benched. I mean, Fitzpatrick is amazing, so I get it. But come on. He has had 2 different teams he's been on have to draft the future quarterback right after he was there. And Tua and then my pocket quarterback, Kyler Murray. Yes, an F. If you're out of the league in 4 years and you can't even be on a freaking practice squad.
He's not out of the league. He's still signed on the Niners squad.
Oh, last I heard he was on the practice squad and then they cut him, but I could be wrong.
No, as of right now, he's still with them. Now, granted,
he won't be for long.
Let's say we still have quite a bit of offseason for that to change. So I think
he won't be on for long.
For now, just because he's still in the league, I'll give him a D minus.
That's 3 teams then, because they just drafted Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Fucking Rosen.
That was when Miami drafted Minka Fitzpatrick, and he's been really
good.
Yep.
Did we skip over Josh Allen?
No, he was the first one we went with because they gave you a B for that.
They gave us a B for Josh Allen?
Yes.
Runner up in the MVP race? See?
Well, yeah, that's 3 years later. That wasn't on draft day. So So you're making a valid point. The grades can easily change from year to year.
It's because you don't know how they're going to be. They thought Josh Rosen was going to be great. They thought Sam Darnold was going to be great.
Oh wait,
they thought that
you guys had 2 first-round picks that year.
Yeah, we also had Tremaine Edmonds.
Yes, and is he pretty solid?
Depends on who you talk to. I think he is.
So for Josh Allen and Tremaine Edmonds, your first round of the draft was given a B+. So I don't know. Is that?
I'd say it'd be an easy A, if not an A+. I mean, the only reason you knock it down from an A+ would be that Tremaine Edmonds, some people just don't like him. I like him.
Yeah.
We don't have to go much farther in this. I think we've proved our point. All we needed was Josh Allen and Josh Rosen to prove that point.
That was the year the Ravens drafted Lamar Jackson.
Well, yeah, no one gives anyway. What they give him for that? They had to give him an A+ for that. Everybody has loved Lamar Jackson from the get-go.
Because they also had 2 first-round picks that year. They had picked up Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think, and Hayden Hurst is he's already wanting out of Atlanta because they drafted Kyle Pitts or whatever it is.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson. So they gave him an A- for those 2 picks.
Ooh.
And that was the year they drafted Orlando Brown, and he's gone.
Yep. Not that he wasn't good.
Oh no, he's amazing, but he's just gone because of a trade because they think they got a better deal out of that.
Well, he didn't want to be there anymore. He didn't like his team.
And that's the year they drafted Mark Andrews, who's a solid tight end.
That's a good couple tight end choices. I'd say that draft, even with Lamar Jackson, that I'd put it in A. Hayden Hurst and Mark Andrews together were amazing. Hayden Hurst without Mark Andrews wasn't too great. Mark Andrews has always been good. Orlando Brown was good. So
yeah. So overall, the snap grade right after that was an A-. So I think that still holds a.
Yeah, I mean, other than the fact that they already lost 2 of their 4, and if you're going to be drafted in an A, regardless, you'd expect to keep them on your team. If you can, you don't let go A players. Someone with A talent, you don't just let them go. So letting Hayden Hurst and Orlando Brown go, you obviously don't value him quite as much as, or your organization has pissed them off. One of the 2.
And then that was the year we drafted Jair Alexander, who at this time was easily the best player on our defense in Green Bay.
Not until Stokes gets in there and handles business.
I hope so. You
guys are going to end up with this like amazing defense, and then you won't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. And Jordan Love's going to be the next Josh Rosen. Like you guys just can't have both of them at the same time. Only Tom Brady gets a good defense on his team. Anyway,
well, no, because didn't the Chiefs make some moves to fix their defense a little bit this year?
Chiefs. Every pickup the Chiefs got was an offensive lineman.
Every
single one of them. That's not true, but that's basically everything they did. They focused 100% on retooling that offensive line. That was they got some other stuff in there. They got the Missouri linebacker in the second round.
Florida State defensive end.
Yeah, so they got some people, but for the most part,
they only drafted 2 offensive linemen, and one of them was a guard.
Yeah, but they also have picked up 3 or 4 others. I didn't say just draft. I said every move the Chiefs have made.
Oh, yes, because the Orlando Brown trade.
The Kyle Long picking up, Thuney.
Yeah. So with the draft, they were able to go. I hope Nick Bolton crushes it. I like seeing people out of Missouri actually be successful.
It doesn't happen much anymore.
It doesn't.
You almost had that one defensive end in Carolina out of Missouri. He was almost good, and then something happened.
There was a receiver that was drafted a few years ago, and I can't remember his name now, but I was really hoping he was going to try to be something.
Are you talking about Brad Smith, the quarterback that returned a receiver? He was.
No. The guy I'm thinking of was drafted as a receiver.
Jeremy Maclin?
Yes, Jeremy Maclin.
What? He was really good opposite Deshaun Jackson, and then where did he go? Because he just kind of fell off the map.
He doesn't play anymore at all.
Jeremy Maclin, I forgot about him. He was good.
He started 2009, and then they played for the Eagles for like 5-6 years, the Chiefs for a couple of years, and then his last season was in Baltimore in 2017.
Poor guy. He knew Lamar Jackson was coming. He's like, I might as well just retire. No one's going to throw me the ball.
But now he's the high school football coach in Kirkwood. Yeah, he's their head
Find
coach.
him.
Oh my God, that'd be
Jeremy Macklin, come on the show.
I would love to talk to Jeremy Macklin. I was a huge fan of his when he's playing in college. And that's really hoping he can come into the NFL and like really wow everybody, but just I don't know.
He did a little bit.
At first, I don't know if it's because injuries over time or if they just drafted better receivers as time went on, but he just slowly kind of just faded away.
So basically what I wanted to say is don't throw draft grades out. Or if you do, and that's your job and they want you to grade it, grade away. But people don't take it seriously. It doesn't mean anything. There's nothing to go off right now.
I think that's why they're called snap grades. Because like this is the grade now.
I'm going to snap punch you in the face. Not you, Ailers. The snap graders. Not you. The graders.
But who knows? We'll go back 3 years from now and we'll see if we're happier with our picks or we're upset with our picks.
Well, I do my. Should I save this? I'll save it for flip and flip this guy. I got so many flip and flip. I got so many. So many. Listen, I get off the freaking Delta 8 and I'm just mad at the world. I'm mad at everybody except you, Ailers.
For me.
You're okay.
And your wife. You're not mad at your wife. Are you?
Am I? No,
I don't know.
Angry at my wife. Not angry at my wife.
Your wife's a nice lady. I like her.
Well, that's good to know. Should we go into some not so breaking off-season news?
It could be that time.
Not so breaking off-season news.
If we cared more, it would be breaking news.
Well, just if we were on more than one day a week, it'd be breaking news.
So give us your money and we'll go on more than one day a week and you might get some breaking news. Anyway.
But, I think the biggest thing so far this week is, besides the draft, is probably the Aaron Rodgers saga right now.
Yeah. It's your team. You talk about it as much as you want to talk about it. I stumbled onto a podcast Instagram live video last night. I was sitting shirtless on my couch watching One Piece. Got a notification on my cellular device. Said one more round, I think is what they're called. Look them up. One more round is having a live video. I'm like, I'll watch that. They start talking bourbon and football. I'm like, I'll get in on this. And so I'm just sitting there and I'm just typing in. They're like, man, up the gut, why don't you get in here? I'm like, oh, okay, let me put on some clothes. And then I went on their show. Or not on their show. This was just an Instagram live. Yeah. And that's what we talked about. So, I could go on this forever. But I don't see how Green Bay can ever let him go. I don't understand why he would retire and give up $23 million. But my take on it is he plays Green Bay this year. There will be some change in his contract, but I say he plays. But this is your team. You talk about it however long you want. I just want to know what, at the end of this, what your official take, what you think will happen with Aaron Rodgers in the 2021 NFL season.
I think if Green Bay's smart, they'll give him what he wants because I don't think you can put everything on Jordan Love's shoulders right now. And there's no other quarterback that you can trade for who would be able to give you the same kind of production he gave you last year. Aaron Rodgers right now is the best quarterback in football. And he's picking his spots because he could have done this last year as soon as the draft was over. But he didn't.
I'm surprised he didn't. Seems a little delayed.
A lot of people were. And that's what I'm saying. He's picking his shots. He let it ride for a year. He went out and played one of the best seasons any quarterback has ever played. Got nearly a unanimous MVP voting. And I don't know if it's because this offseason he's seen all the moves that were made to help guys like Brady.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think that it was the team surrounding Brady, and he's like, man, I'm 100 times better than Brady is, and he just won a Super Bowl.
But
I could go somewhere like Denver with a defense with offensive talent. They'll have some of the receivers coming back, and I can go and I can take that to the Super Bowl. There's no doubt in my mind. Look what I've done with Green Bay, and letting freaking anybody run all over him. Shoot, I'd let my kids go run over Green Bay's defense. Anyway, sorry.
And not just him, but Patrick Mahomes too. The Chiefs have made a lot of moves this year to make sure that they don't repeat what happened in the Super Bowl and let him get hit like that.
Yep.
But all these teams are making all these moves pre-draft, all these moves in free agency, a couple big trades, and Green Bay, once again, for the most part in the offseason, just sits silent, and I think he's tired of it. Between that and the Jordan Love thing, I think he's just finally hit his limit, and now he's saying he doesn't want to come back unless he gets a contract that shows that his future is secure in Green Bay. And
well, if that's what he wants, that should be pretty easy for them to give it to him.
it should be, unless they're really, really set on moving on with Jordan Love.
I think they're at least a year away from that. I mean, they didn't even – I don't think he was active for a single game last year, was he?
No, he didn't play a single – well, he might have –
I don't even think he was a backup for any game.
He might have – no, he's third on the depth chart. And I don't know – I can't remember if he played a couple snaps in garbage time or not.
I don't think so. So what's your official take? Will he be playing ball with you guys? Will he be retired or will he be on another team?
If Green Bay's smart –
No, I don't want to know if they're smart because we know they're not. So I want to know what your prediction is. Not if they do this. I want to hear Matthew A. Ayler say, this is where Aaron Rodgers will be this season.
That's not my middle initial.
Oh, sorry.
I think he will end up playing. I think the official word won't come until closer to regular season because they're going to try to hold out as long as they can and see if Rodgers really sticks to his guns. But I think eventually they'll get desperate enough and realize they don't have any other choice.
All right. So the official up the gut prediction is Aaron Rodgers will play the 2021 season with the Green Bay Packers.
Not just 2021. I think he will get his contract extension because they will keep him until he proves he can't play at the MVP level.
Yeah, and that could be next year, but I doubt it. I think he'll be playing good, especially if they keep that offensive line solid, get him a couple people they can get that ball out to.
Yeah,
So.
if the offensive line stays solid, it sucks losing our guard and our center, especially our center. Corey Linsley.
But didn't you guys draft a center? I felt like you guys drafted a center. I
We
could be
did,
wrong.
but again, this is a guy fresh out of college, so we don't know how he'll transition.
Man, but we graded him an A. He's graded an A, Ailers. Actually, I don't know. I'm just saying.
But Corey Linsley was a Pro Bowl center.
Josh Myers out of Ohio State. How could he not be?
Ohio State's a really good football school. That's
He'll
true.
probably be all right.
I hope so. And then this receiver we got from Clemson, hopefully he develops into a really good number 2.
Which do you remember who he was? I don't remember which receiver you guys got.
Heather says Rodgers plays 2021 in a Niners uniform.
Well, she's just wrong.
No, I think if
They have Trey Lance and Garoppolo. I mean,
if he gets traded, he's probably going to Denver.
Denver, I heard, was already like right there trying to get
Denver
him, and now Green Bay's trying to get him with tampering charges. Good luck on that, Green Bay.
Denver really wants him, and I think that would be a pretty good offense for him, honestly.
All right, well, we made our official Aaron Rodgers. Like, do I need to do a Rodgers watch? Oh wait,
I wish Drew Brees at least hinted about coming back just so we can bring that video back.
I know.
Drew Brees just puts up a tweet that just says maybe. It's like, oh, it's back on. Brees watch.
I would love that because I would play that about 3 times a show. So
yeah, as of right now, I think later in the offseason, he'll get his contract extension that he wants because Green Bay realizes that he's their best bet at winning a Super Bowl now.
yeah. So
But we're not going to get an official word for months.
next biggest not so breaking offseason news was the draft,
Yes.
which we watched not together but separately.
And there were fans there. It was almost like a real draft.
Oh, it was so stupid. Don't even get me started. They're vaccinated, but with mask. And then they're separated by teams. And then they put someone on the chair that's still hugging Roger Goodell, but they have the mask on, some of them properly, some of them not properly. It was retarded. Let's just go back to normal. And if you're going to go to a place where there's thousands of people, just figure you're going to get some sort of sickness. Just hope it's not chlamydia.
I think they're always separated by team though, because they always try to find their own people.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
They are. The whole chair thing, at first I didn't like. Then I really liked it. Huh?
I was trying to figure out what that was about. Like some picks he made out of the chair, but some he stood at the podium for.
Well, when there's multiple first round, but they tried to bring up someone from that team that was picking, and he gave them a sneak peek, so they knew who they picked before anybody else. You just see me like give the little sigh, like, man, look what I got right here. It was funny. And the thing is most of those people, especially if you watch the crowd when they'd say their name, some teams they're smart, like the fans, and they just start cheering regardless of what the name was. Some people are like, who's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'd see the people in the chair, they'd see the name, they're like, oh, I don't know who any of these people are. Anyway, so we don't need to go step by step through anything. I would just like to know what your favorite pick was by a team. Could be your team, could be my team, could be any team. What was your favorite pick in this draft?
I think my favorite pick was the Niners getting Trey Lance.
Really? Okay.
Because I didn't expect Trey Lance to go that early at all.
I didn't either. Like it was hinted at, but him being a small school guy, having the least amount of starts of any quarterback ever drafted in the first, 5 rounds or first round or first 5 picks, whatever it was, he didn't have the body of work. And for them to trade up to get him, like it was surprising. Seeing Mac Jones drop down to New England, which actually makes me happy because that poor kid doesn't stand a chance.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, because he played in Alabama where Nick Saban coaches. Nick Saban and Belichick are like best friends. It's almost like he was groomed to be a Patriot.
When did you type this out?
I copied and pasted it.
Oh my gosh. Tavita Tuliakiono tu Poloto Moses Vohe Hoko Falatuve.
Yeah, Vita Vey.
Vita Vey?
Vita Vey.
Did he go to San Diego or LA or whatever they are? Where'd he go?
Vita Vey played his college ball in...
No, where'd he play his pro ball? Where's he at right now?
Tampa Bay.
Okay. Sorry, I saw that and that cracked me up. My favorite pick was Penei Sewell to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that's a big one for them.
The fact that he made it down there, and I didn't know a lot about him. I don't watch college football. I should. Right. I don't have a team. So if anybody's really passionate about a certain team and they want to try to get me on that bandwagon, as long as it's not LSU or Alabama,
just root for the home squad.
Nah, we can get into that to a separate time. I can't really get into it. So anyway, we'll see. That may be a chance. Maybe you can talk me into it. But to sit there and they showed his highlights right after he's drafted, and that dude was just chucking people out. It was the most dominant I've ever seen an offensive lineman. It was my favorite highlight set from any player drafted in the first 3 rounds.
Really?
Watching the way he chucked people around and took on dudes like, I don't know, Enter or whatever porn star is popular now. Like he was taking dudes left and right and just chucking them around. So just seeing that, it amazed me that Cincinnati passed on him because one of my favorite memes is it's like stick figures. And it shows Joe Burrow, it shows Penei Sewell, and it says any wide receiver, and he makes the throw. Yeah. Then it says Joe Burrow, any offensive lineman, Jamar Chase, and he can't get the ball there because he gets hit before he can get the ball out.
Heather Doan's favorite pick was Jamar Chase.
Thought she was a Bears fan. She should be ecstatic about this Bears draft. The Bears were not the Bears this draft. They were like the Bears and the Lions. If I had to take a guess and do my grades, I would grade them high because they didn't draft like they usually draft. They made smart picks. Cincinnati drafted like them. Even the Raiders were making some sound picks. Like you watch the coverage and they're like, "Oh, the Raiders are up. What's going to happen?" Oh, damn, that made sense.
I mean, the Bengals weren't that bad because their very next pick after Jamar Chase was an offensive lineman.
It was a guard.
So that they knew that they had to pick that area, but they were picking firepower over protection, obviously.
But that first half of the draft, I was surprised. Like most of it, except for that Jamar Chase pick, made sense. Like Micah Parsons to Dallas, that was a good pickup for them, especially I think Sean Lee may be retiring and or out.
Yes, I believe it was. I believe he is retired.
Yeah, I think so too. And Mac Jones, I don't blame, and maybe he'll turn out to be good, but I trust Alabama quarterbacks about the same as I trust a USC quarterback.
Right.
Not at all. So, but otherwise, I mean, Jacksonville getting both Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne was good. I like that there's a guy named Oweh, even though he went to Baltimore. He got away, and he will get away from Baltimore eventually. Even the Jets drafting that 12-year-old quarterback. They got him Elijah Moore too, which I think was a good pickup.
That 12-year-old quarterback.
He does, dude. He looks like an overgrown baby. Like when you see him just standing there, when he's not around anybody, you think he's about 4 foot tall. He's got the baby face. I can't wait till he's able to grow a beard. Like it'll happen in the next 10 to 15 years. But the darn guy, but then he stood next to Goodell and he's like a foot taller than him. It's ridiculous.
Oh, Zach Wilson?
Yeah. The overgrown baby.
I do like that. I do like that he rocks an old school like 80s style headband.
Yeah. No, I'm good with that. Otherwise, I mean, was there anything you want to hit on? I'm going to save the rest of mine for.
I think Atlanta getting Kyle Pitts is pretty big.
I mean, it is. He's going to be amazing, and he's going to help the next quarterback they draft in the next year. Probably, I think next year. There's no way Atlanta doesn't draft a quarterback. Actually, they may have drafted one this year. I don't even know what they did in later rounds.
The question is he going to get to play with Julio Jones, or are they going to trade him?
I can't see how they would. I mean, I don't know the story behind that. If they would have drafted like Jamar Chase, and then maybe you're looking at Julio going, but since they picked up a tight end, I can't see. I do believe that may spark the end of Hayden Hurst there, because my sources of the internet tell me that Hayden Hurst went there because he wanted to be the guy. He didn't want to split. That's why he left Mark Andrews in Baltimore, because he wanted to be the guy. And then he goes there, didn't really span out as the guy. And now they have Kyle Pitts. And so, I mean, if he left for Mark Andrews, I can't see how he wouldn't leave for Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. And then, the last 3 picks of the first round were all edge rushers.
There's always, I mean, that's usually how it goes, though. There's a run on him about every time.
Yeah. And I wasn't surprised that the Packers went defense first in the draft. I was surprised that they went cornerback and not someone to put up front.
Yeah, well, I mean, you picked him having a cornerback and Asante Samuel Jr., didn't you, in our draft?
I did. But
so I don't know much about the Stokes kid, but they must have been high on him because I don't think anybody saw them picking him. But my view on the draft is a lot of people are like, oh, man, you reach for him. But if you go and you don't think you can get him at your next pick, and that's your guy, that's a guy you think that you want, then draft him there. I don't give a damn.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just hoping, because we finally, it only took all of last draft and in the third round of this one, but we finally drafted a wide receiver. So I'm hoping this guy, really steps up.
I do want to note that the Washington football team drafted Cameron Cheeseman, long snapper, in the 6th round. Oh, how about us getting Wild Goose? The Bills went on a Wild Goose chase and won.
Really?
Yeah, we got Rashad Wild Goose in the 6th round, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, pick 213 in the 6th round.
That's an awesome name.
It is. I'm buying the jersey. Like, I think he's number 32. As soon as it becomes available for purchase, I will have a Wild Goose jersey. Just don't chase me. Anything else you want to hit on that draft?
And we do love our long snappers.
We do. We are fans of long snappers here. I was looking. I don't know if there's any other long snappers taken.
This says Rashad Wild Goose is a cornerback.
Oh, no, he's not. No. Washington football team took Cheeseman. It was just a long snapper. And I thought, oh, that's a funny name. So then I said Wild Goose. I didn't say what he played.
I do like the name Cheeseman.
If I was a football team, hey, that Wild Goose and Cheeseman need to be the top 2 selling jerseys whenever they come out.
Cheeseman needs to be the next guest on the show.
There's Carolina Panthers drafted Thomas Fletcher in the 6th round. He's a long snapper. So that's 2 long snappers in the 6th round. I think they're compensatory, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Cheeseman is for sure. Let me check on. Let me do some crack research for Carolina.
No, I'm pretty sure the other one is too. I mean, I'm just on Wikipedia.
Ooh. Yes, they're both. I guess what you do, you get a compensatory pick, you pick up a long snapper.
Listen, I think long snappers need to go quicker. I actually listened to the phone call of Carolina drafting their long snapper, Thomas Fletcher.
We got a question in the chat real quick. Is the football team coming up with a real name?
Yes.
They keep saying they are.
No, this is the last year. If I'm not mistaken, this is the last year of the football team. They have been taking fan suggestions, and starting after this year, next year, they will have an official team that they're going to grasp from somebody that suggested. So if you want them to be the Rhinos or the Capitals or the Senators or the Bulldogs, I think Bulldogs was my official one I wanted.
I will say this: if they win the NFC East again as the football team, I would just keep my name as the daggone football team because clearly it's working.
I can't handle that much longer. And hello, Mr. Robert Haller. Thank you for watching. Yes. Justin Fields will start for the Bears sometime in 2021.
Oh, I think he'll start week 1.
That's what I think. Oh, I do like the potato skins. Yeah, no, I think that they'll tote it out as Andy Dalton's the starter, but oh my gosh, something's going to happen, and Justin Fields looks so good, he'll be the starter, and Andy Dalton may end up – Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, and Justin Fields are the 3 quarterbacks there right now.
Yep.
And Nick Foles and probably Andy Dalton are probably getting a pretty good penny. One of them is going to end up going.
I know Nick Foles is getting paid because he went up there not too long after he took the Eagles to back-to-back playoffs.
And Chase was drafted to keep Burrow happy. Same reason that one receiver was drafted to Miami because keeps Tua happy. They need to do everything they can for Tua to be successful. Because
it's Tua time.
Tua is just not – he's going to be worse than Lamar Jackson. I think Tua and who's the one in Philly? Hurt. I think
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts and Tua are about the same. I think that they're probably going to end up playing this year and maybe part of next year, and then they'll both be benched for somebody else. I just don't see Tua being successful.
Yeah, I'm just though with Patrick being gone, who else is going to go out there?
I don't know, but they'll figure it out. But Tua, they'll have to draft someone next year. I don't even know who the quarterbacks are. The longer it gets on, this was the first draft I remember watching a long time where I thought I was watching babies. Like they all looked like babies. Like I must have reached that age now where everybody just looks like a kindergartner. Like they shouldn't be going in the NFL. They're babies.
They're all 21, 22-year-olds.
Yeah, I know. They're babies. Anyway.
So I did see a thing on ESPN last night where they had
Espen?
Yes, where they had trade scenarios for Aaron Rodgers for some teams, and Washington was on the list. And part of their trade scenario is that throughout all the picks, at some point Green Bay would get Fitzpatrick.
Oh, I'm good with that. You guys probably end up better
than with Aaron Rodgers.
Don't ask me how. Just it could happen.
If it somehow magically made us better, I wouldn't complain. Plus, that's another team on his resume before he retires. I'm all about it.
Chiefs O-line, I mean,
it moves.
It is got quality players on it. Now we'll see how they gel. I can't say that they wouldn't, but that is a big part of it. They have to be able to work together. And if Patrick Mahomes, I still say that with that amount of talent on the offensive line, this is going to show if it's been the offensive line or if it's Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick has had a bit of a hand in this because I think he tends to scramble left and right too much instead of staying in that pocket. So it doesn't give the team a chance to work that pocket around him. He'll escape left or right. And then it's just, like blocking for Lamar Jackson. You don't know what's going on. People just coming out everywhere. Anyway, so we'll see. But you can't say that the Chiefs management didn't give every opportunity to try to keep Patrick Mahomes healthy.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else in this offseason news? I haven't really paid much attention.
Not particularly. I mean, the draft took up pretty much everything.
Yeah. I think there was a corner. Hayward maybe went to Oakland, maybe. A San Diego cornerback went to, or a LA cornerback went to Las Vegas. Stop moving teams. It's too hard on me.
Let's see. The 49ers CEO is fined if Trey Lance sits behind Jimmy G for 2 years.
Not
think he's going to go that
He'll
far?
start.
Yeah.
He'll start.
NFL giving 50 free Super Bowl tickets to vaccinated fans.
What? You mean they're being political? Stupid NFL. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. And I actually have something that we're going to do that you don't even know we're going to do yet.
That's very true, because other than the draft and flip that guy, that's all I got.
So is this all we got right here on Not So Breaking Off Season?
I believe that is the end of our Not So Breaking Off Season news.
Wait a second.
But he's like,
Can there be a next Kelsey?
you're talking about Pitts?
Noah Gray, the tight end drafted, number 87 out of Penn, maybe. I forget.
That's a tall order. That's
Especially drafted that late. I mean, possibly. I think they drafted him to be a role player. I mean, we all know that Kansas City loves their tight ends, and they play like they're 6th tight end down the depth chart randomly for no reason. So
just to give the top guys a breather every once in a while.
I don't think Kelsey's going to let him be the next Kelsey. I think Kelsey has enough years in him that guy will probably Duke. I like Duke. Okay, anyway. All right, Not So Breaking Off-Season News.
Not So Breaking Off-Season News.
Yeah.
So do you know what that is?
Of course I know what that is. That's the Bills pub.
Why is the Bills pub there, though? We don't have any business.
Do we have a guest in the Bills pub?
I mean, technically, yes.
Is it a business guest?
No. It's a someone's going to drink with me guest.
Oh, nice.
I was watching the bottom.
Stuff. It's not alcohol. It's Mount Energy.
Yeah, I'm drinking. Why aren't they sponsoring us yet?
Because they're keyed more towards gamers. Once we have a Twitch stream that we can.
You're in charge of Twitch stream. I don't Twitch stream. I will YouTube stream. I will not Twitch stream. That's too much work for me. Anyway,
I'll probably get that set up for us once I actually move back and.
Well, hurry up and move back. So anyway, I was watching this one of my mini bourbon related YouTube shows called The Bottom Shelf. Check them out. Just search The Bottom Shelf. And they do the cheaper.
Is it a show strictly about bourbon or just alcohol in general?
I think it's mostly whiskey related. I don't know, because I know they do some rye and Canadian whiskeys, probably some Irish whiskeys. But it's cheaper. It's the bottom shelf, where you got the $20, $15 booze. And so every once in a while they'll try one, and then they'll do like a battle. And so they did the Bottled and Bond battle, or Bottled and Bond brawl. And it was Old Tub, Early Times, Old Granddad Bonded, and they did Jim Beam Bottle and Bond. I don't have a Jim Beam Bottle and Bond, but I do have an Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, and they're like, well, we're going to probably do that next. So I'm like, shoot, I want to see what'll win. So Logan and I are going to dip into the Bills pub here in a little bit, and we're going to do a blind taste test and see which one of those four we like best.
Ooh, see, that should have been your thing for taste stuff this weekend.
Yeah, it should have been, but no. We're doing it right now. And we were going to do a show where my wife and I tried bourbon together, but then she went and got herself knocked up all by herself. I have nothing to do with it.
All by herself.
So that one's out. So we're going to do this.
So this one's not going to look like you?
Oh, God, I hope it doesn't. You see this face? I want it to look like you. Anyway, that was weird. Dang.
Yeah, look how easy it was to like and subscribe on there. It's just 2 clicks.
Especially if you're watching on your cell phone, and a lot of people do.
Honestly, subscribing is just the 1 click. The bell is just for notifications.
That's so you know. I mean, I get notifications whenever, and I get surprised. I'm like, hey, who's going online? Oh, look, it's Up the Gut. They're going to be live in 30 minutes. And that reminds me to go get ready for the show.
Then you remember, oh, that's us.
So you want me to go ahead and jump in the Bill's Pub, and we can do this blind taste testing?
Go for it.
All right, I'm going to kick me out real quick so we don't have.
I'm going to keep stirring these bottles because
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you the official quarterback of Up the Gut.
That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. It's okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man.
you made it.
I did make it. I got distracted on the way, though.
Uh-oh,
Does anybody know how to go live on Instagram?
I do not, because I do not have an Instagram.
Well, we have one.
Yeah, Up the Gut has one, but I don't take pictures.
Which was just mine, and I just changed it.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest.
That's not how to do it. Well, I was going to try to, do this and, do an Instagram live at the same time.
Right.
But apparently I don't know how to do that.
Oh, but that pair of hands over there does.
Go over here and hit live.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I went the wrong way.
Oh.
All right, we're going to go live on Instagram, too.
Oh, dang.
I don't necessarily know how that works, but it does apparently.
All right. I'm right in front of your camera. I know it. We're going to do a live Instagram for Up the Gut at the same time as we're doing this wonderful show here. All right. Are we there?
I mean,
Matt, are you here?
yeah.
All right. Well, welcome. This is Up the Gut. We're going to call this Triple B, your best blind bourbon review. And this is me. This is Patrick. Matt, Instagram can't see you, so
That's okay.
if you want to do, just get on our YouTube. That's where the rest of this is happening. And we got Logan here with me, right? Right?
Yes,
right?
Logan.
You want to come on over here? You're going to be live on the interwebs.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, so we're going to go here, and we've got these 4. And so we'll try.
Wait, real quick, because I know nothing about these bourbons. Let me make my pre-tournament pick.
Okay. Make your pick. Grab one of those. This will be our A's.
Now I'm trying to get a bigger. I'm picking early times because I like the label.
Nice. I actually know I'm not a big fan of early times last time I had it. And you do have a sheet of paper right here. So, Matt, you get to fill the downtime.
Woo. Yeah, the one guy who doesn't drink bourbon filling the downtime on a bourbon-related section.
I just don't drink
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah. I mean, you're what, 21?
21. Don't drink.
Let's just get him a whole bunch of bourbon. There is water there if you need to cleanse your palate.
Gotcha.
I think that's a good control group though for something like this because he doesn't have any preferences coming into it.
Actually, I think I'm even going to make a guess on that one.
So I'm gonna be real. I think that tastes like rubbing alcohol.
It tastes like stale chocolate to me.
Okay, I could get that a little bit.
Yeah,
so
it's
you're not
weird.
necessarily wrong. It's like a mixture of rubbing alcohol and stale chocolate.
It's got that weird taste, and that's why I think that one's actually early times.
Dang it. Of course, I picked the one that nobody really likes.
No, listen, early times actually did okay on the bottom shelf. I mean, I think it was third, but it was really close. They're going to keep it in there. I think it made best on one of the guys.
Oh, wow.
This one's more alcohol-y.
Yeah.
Which these are all 50%, so they're all 100 proof.
Fair enough. That must be why it tastes like rubbing alcohol.
So what? I apologize because I spaced out sometimes. What is our guest name again?
Me too, buddy.
No, I like it.
Patrick.
Hmm?
What's our guest name again?
Logan.
Hey,
Logan.
I've met you before.
Have you? Oh, yeah. Probably when you were working at the
Fireworks
fireworks tent, you probably met him. He's Joseph's buddy.
Okay. So then, do you actually watch football too, or do you not watch football and don't drink?
A lot of it.
A lot of it?
When it's on.
Do you have a squad that you prefer?
I'm a Broncos fan.
Whew.
I can live with that. So are you hoping they get Aaron Rodgers at some point?
Honestly, I think they're doomed to fail no matter what. So
Yeah, they won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning.
Yeah, with Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Hey,
Actually, they won it with Brock
John Elway.
Osweiler doing the legwork with the defense.
Fair enough.
And they won 2 with John Elway before he retired.
Yep. You can keep him next to you if you want. You don't have to put him back in the order. I don't know why she said him like that, but it's cool.
Honestly, if you guys can just get a top-tier quarterback in Denver, I think you guys would be legit contenders.
Probably. I know our line is kind of horrid, or at least last time I watched was kind of horrid.
Y'all
They
have
could
a
have
lot-
made changes since then.
y'all
Well,
have
the big thing
a lot of
is Drew
injuries.
Lock just didn't have the his receivers. Cortland Sutton was his guy, and he got injured right away.
Cortland Sutton was really cool. I actually met him.
Really?
Nice guy.
That's good. I haven't met him.
I meet a lot of football players.
Well, every time you meet them now, send them this way.
I'll try to. I actually tried to get a hold of my cousin the other day.
Yeah?
Didn't work out very well, but I tried.
By the way, this is a Travis Kelce Connect.
Ah. I'm just afraid of your
You got your order? Do you like him yet?
Honestly,
All the same to you?
all the same.
All right.
Or similar. Extremely
They're
similar.
going to be very similar. But so far, B and C are pretty close.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say I didn't like the Evan Williams the most.
How do you know which one's Evan Williams? You just assume?
Well, there's a distinct taste that I can't drink Evan Williams. I hate it. More of a
Cool.
crap kind of guy.
I've never tasted this. Actually, I've only had 2 of these. So I made my guess.
Come on, early times. Papa needs a W.
Yeah, this is going to be my number 4, I think. All right. So we've tried them all. I'm going to fine-tune my list real quick. We got to figure out between A and D which one I like the least.
You like D the least.
It's just, you know what A is?
The first letter
It's
of the
kind of
alphabet.
scotchy. That's that stale chocolatey, like
Yeah, the weird.
it's kind of a scotch, which I have a monkey shoulder here.
Yeah, I don't like scotch either.
And this is where that's like a stale chocolate. That's one like a stale wood. But that's my 4. So 4, 3. All right, I'm narrowing it down. Oh,
Come on,
yours
early
on C is
time.
best.
But you know, regardless of how this taste tournament goes, the bar looks amazing.
Thank you. I like it too.
Just wait till I move in town with you and I throw my neon up there. And it's like, wait, what's going on here? Like, that's right.
If there's a Packers anything in this bar, I'm gonna punch you. Unless it's attached to your body.
Would you really punch me?
No.
Okay.
But I got some stuff in my little autograph collection that Ailers would love.
I'm sure.
Well, I don't doubt it.
Got a couple things. Jordy Nelson. I got Aaron Rodgers.
I miss Jordy so much. Green Bay did Jordy Nelson dirty.
So my cousin also knows Jordy Nelson. Like, he does private signings with him constantly. Like, one happened 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your cousin?
Tim's Clint.
Okay.
Well, if Jordy ever gets bored,
Tell him to start shuffling some of these people over up the gut.
I can try to. I don't know how much he pays them, but apparently they like him now.
Yeah, just listen. They don't have to. We don't just have to go virtual on our show. All right. Do you have a rankings at all, or are they just all the same to you?
They're all about the same.
All right. You guys ready for my ranking? First place, we have C,
which is
the hidden answer.
No.
Here's the answer. C. Are you ready for this, Sailors?
Yes.
C, in my first place, is Early Times.
Yes. I feel like a winner.
That surprises me. I didn't like it last time.
I feel like a
I
winner.
sure hope old Granddad is B. Nope. My number 2, B, is Evan Williams. This cracks me up. My number 3 is D, which is Old Granddad. My least favorite's Old Tub.
Does it taste like it came out of an old tub?
Old Tub was actually, I think it comes out of the Jim Beam distillery. And it was only available at their distillery. That's the only place you could buy it.
Well, I mean.
But when COVID hit, no one was at their distillery. So then they just made it available for purchase. So it's actually a limited release. At some point here, probably in the near future, this will go back to being a distillery-only purchase. Old Granddad has been on our show a couple of times between the 114, which this actually won the blind taste test. But it just kind of had that stale woodiness to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, this one just had the Scotchy peaty, which this is unfiltered bottle and bond. Evan Williams. Which one was it? B? Yeah, B. It was a little more heavy on the alcohol, but the Early Times had the better nose but B or 1 and 2 between the Evan Williams and the Early Times, it could have been a coin flip.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I'm a winner.
I had it surprising. The first time I tried Early Times, I didn't like it.
Sometimes you have to, maybe it's like an acquired taste. Sometimes you just have to have it a few times before you start to really get into it.
Let's see. Do I have any other bottled and bond here? I don't think I do. I was about to say I was going to throw another bottle and bond down or some just quality whiskey. So, well, guys, if you were curious about trying a bottled and bond and you want to know what Up the Guts taste buds are, which is my taste buds.
Yeah. For now.
This is it. Which is surprising. If I had to pick, I would have thought it would have been like this. I would have thought that would have been my order.
Well, you thought wrong.
I did think wrong, but you know who thought right?
Me.
Ehlers thought right. All right. Sorry, Early Times. I'm sorry I doubted you. All right. Instagram Live. That was Up the Gut. I don't know if anybody watched, but if you did, thank you. How do you stop it?
Is there not just a stop button? And there's the Bills pub when it's empty. Bask in its glory. Oh, bask in its glory.
I just love when you talk about the Bills pub.
It's such a good setup. It really is.
I do enjoy it. Ooh, the ice machine just dropped some ice.
I keep thinking that thing on top of your fridge is like a toaster with the Bills logo in it that toasts into the bread.
I like that. No, it's that'd be pretty awesome if I had one. It would be down there, but it would be under the counter and then used when it's needed.
Yeah,
but no, that's actually a wine fridge up there.
Yeah, once I saw the bottles sitting in, I was like, okay, no, that makes more sense.
Well, I just stuck random bottles up here. There's 3 empty, neat bottles of booze up there that I just haven't got rid of yet.
Right.
And then I got my vodka up there, which I need to put the vodka down below. I don't need that out there. Mm. And, of course, right next to it is Winter's Bourbon Cask Ale. which was the best beer ever until it just didn't exist anymore.
Oh, that's never good when you find something you like and then it just stops being a thing.
That's everything that I ever like, except for you, was taken from me. And technically you were too, because you're in Montana. It started with you. It's all your fault.
It's not all my fault.
It's all your fault, damn it. Anyway, so we're gonna hashtag Fitz Pro Bowl, and we're gonna hashtag Anheuser, you dumb sons of bitches, bring back Winter's Bourbon Cask Ale.
That's a long hashtag.
Hashtag you sons of bitches. All right. Well, I think we have enough anger moving right now that we can really get into the next segment. I don't know about you.
I mean, it is time for the most negative segment of the show.
Flipping, dadgummit!
Dadgummit. Do you want me to take it? Because I've got two.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll let you start it. Give me your first one, and then I'll throw mine in the middle, then you end it.
Okay. Which one do you want me to start with? The one I told you or the mystery?
Let me get this mystery one.
Okay.
I like surprises.
Buffalo Bills fans, you sons of bitches.
Oh, dang. The Bills Mafia?
Bills Mafia. Not all of you. I just happened to be watching some coverage of the 4th through 7th rounds of the draft and caught some other tweets from Bills fans. So I wouldn't call it Bills Mafia. I'm just going to say Bills fans. I love you guys. But one, who gives a damn if you put blue cheese or ranch? I have nothing on my wings, just the sauces that they put on them.
Ooh, really? That's hardcore.
I mean, sometimes I'll dip it, but I'm not really a blue cheese guy. I don't put it on my salads or anything. But most of the time, it's just eat what you got. So it's a preference either way. And Buffalo people just have this like thing where like, if you're Buffalo, it's all blue cheese. Who gives a damn? So that's one. That's just beside the point. It's just one of those things where the people are trying to dictate how you're supposed to live your life to be a certain person. No, I'm sure there's just as many people putting ranch on their wings in Buffalo as there is blue cheese.
Logan,
two,
ranch is the sauce of God.
The thing that bothered me the most is people jumping on Brandon Beane's back saying, you didn't draft a cornerback. You didn't draft a blah, blah, blah. Listen, Buffalo, we've been through so many piss poor drafts. We've been through so many bad teams over the years. And Brandon Beane has been lining up talent. So much so we can't even re-sign all that he drafted because they are so good. Even down the line, Dean Marlowe, who was down the line, Dean Marlowe, is probably going to be a starter in Detroit. Love that guy. But we couldn't keep him. We just have too many people. Brandon Beane has done nothing but draft great. The people that are saying that Brandon Beane should have done this, Brandon Beane should have done that, Brandon Beane messed up by drafting 2 defensive ends and 2 offensive linemen are probably the same ones that said, man, he messed up by drafting Josh Allen instead of Josh Rosen. You know what? You know who was backing? Well, first of all, I like Josh Allen, but I was backing him because he makes good choices. He's proven he knows what he's doing. So why would you doubt him? And I hope that Boogie and Groot end up being 2 of the best pass rushers in the game. Then they mix out with Espinoza.
Is your other pass rusher's nickname Groot?
Yes. I am Groot.
That's awesome.
Gregory Rousseau.
Oh,
makes
Boogie
sense.
and
Gregory Rousseau, Groot.
Boogie and Groot.
Boogie Basham. I mean, just trust in who this guy is. Trust what he's done. We have a team that was 1 game away from the Super Bowl that had the runner-up that you didn't want runner-up as MVP. We are a good team with a good general manager until he shows us otherwise. If this team, if his picks just are shit, okay, then we can talk. But he hasn't done that yet. So, sorry, I got a little distracted. But Buffalo Bills fans, not all of you, but if you're digging on Brandon Beane for his draft picks, you know what?
Flipping, dadgummit!
Last night, your fan base. I know what that feels like.
Listen, I love my team, but it's just common sense. Like, if he had been horrible every draft pick and, they did like what Cincinnati did,
yeah,
okay, lash out. But he has not really done anything wrong. I mean, we have 6th and 7th rounders that start. He has picked good players that have contributed to the team.
Yeah.
So, Ehlers, You're usually the clear, clean-headed, level-headed, nice guy of the bunch. But you wrote me and said, "Hey, I have a flip and flip that guy."
I do. It's been a minute since I have one. Since I've had one for this segment, but I have one. And I'm not lashing out at my fellow Packers fans this time. There'll probably be sometime during the middle of the season where that will happen. It almost always does.
It will.
But this one is my flip and flip that guy is one Terry Paxton Bradshaw.
You shut your mouth. With his delicious bourbon and everything, you're going to say flip and flip Terry Bradshaw?
Flip and flip Terry Bradshaw.
His bourbon's so delicious. Okay, go ahead.
His bourbon may be delicious, but his opinion on the whole Aaron Rodgers drama is ridiculous. Because if you haven't seen it, he came out maybe yesterday or maybe the day before and put his 2 cents in on the issue and said that this whole thing shows that Aaron Rodgers is weak. This does not show that Aaron Rodgers is weak. It shows that Aaron Rodgers is tired of being the only thing carrying this team even close to a championship, and that the team is not going out of their way to help him. For the past 2 years now, between a lack of free agency moves and drafting a quarterback who didn't even play a single snap last year, moving up 4 spots in the first round to draft a quarterback that didn't play a single snap that year, Green Bay is showing that they're ready to move on from him. And he's the current NFL MVP. How do you look at someone who puts up that kind of production, gets you 1 step away from the Super Bowl, and decide, it's over? And to call him weak because he's tired of putting up with it, he gets to watch Tom Brady get anything he wants in Tampa and win a championship. He gets to watch, blanking on his name now. Oh my God, Mahomes. I was about to say the man in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes get all these offensive linemen and seeing all these moves made to make their team that much better, fixing the problems that they actually have. And all these teams that are taking quarterbacks in the draft, they call their starters first to let them know that, hey, we're drafting them. It doesn't mean anything, but we just want to let you know that we are picking one up. Tampa Bay drafted a quarterback in, I believe, like the 5th or 6th round, and they still called Tom Brady to let him know. When they drafted Jordan Love in the 1st round last year, nobody told Aaron Rodgers that was coming. They just dropped it on him. A few years before that, when they got rid of Jordy Nelson, no one told him they were cutting Jordy Nelson, who at the time was his best wide receiver. They just cut him. Jake Kumaro, who was starting to go up the depth chart, might have been a number 2 weapon with another.
Where's he at now? Where's he at?
I don't know if he's anywhere right now.
He's in Buffalo. Sorry, go ahead.
Is he still there?
I believe so. I believe we brought him back.
Let me double check real quick.
I didn't mean to ruin your flow.
But it's fine. The fact is that, he's still Bill. So at least he has a home. But the fact that you see that he has these people he's building a rapport with, and you're just going to cut him away and not even bring your franchise quarterback into the decision-making process is ridiculous. If I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd be fed up with it too. So no, Terry Paxton Bradshaw, he's not weak. He's just fed up. Maybe you never had to deal with it because you rode on the coattails of one of the greatest defenses ever assembled and got 4 championships while being at best. So, Terry Bradshaw.
Flipping, dadgummit!
So I did actually originally agree with Terry Bradshaw for this one reason, as it was a bunch of hearsay in the beginning.
Yeah.
And if you're not man enough to come out and say, I'm fed up, you guys have been sons of bitches, fuck you, then that's on, or flip you, that's on Aaron Rodgers. That is weak. Grow some testicles, get some fortitude, and say it. But
he did. But
you told me that he actually came out and said it officially now. I still haven't seen it, but if Ehlers says it happened, it happened.
Well, here's what it is. He's not going to hold a press conference and tell the world, but he told the team directly. That's how he is. He deals one-on-one.
I want it in the media because right now, even then, the team didn't come out and say, yeah, Aaron Rodgers came to us and said that he is fed up with how we handled his team. I've just heard this person say it, this person say it, this person say it. I want Aaron Rodgers to come out, and whether it's on his Twitter, whether it's on whatever it's on, whether he has to go through his girlfriend's Instagram account or his fiance's, whatever it takes, just say, hey, guys, it's true. I said these things.
Yeah.
Because I need him to be a man about it. not just like rumors in the background. Step up, because I do think this week, if you're not man enough, now if he went to the team and said it, and then the media just ran with all this stuff, that's fine, because he went to the source. He went to the team, said, listen, I'm done with you guys. But my understanding is he told free agents on the Packers, he told his friends, he told other teams. I never once heard that he went to the Packers and said it. But if he did, then I disagree with Terry Bradshaw. If he didn't, I agree with Terry Bradshaw.
Well, I know he did, because they sent the GM, they sent the coach, and someone else.
They could have sent them off the rumors, and they could have showed up and be like, man, it's all right.
No, because then they would have came back and said, no, we talked to Aaron and everything's cool. But it's not.
My understanding is they sent people out there and he wouldn't meet with them, which is saying something, but still he needs to just man up and be like, listen, I'm done with you guys. Let's plan this exit strategy. But I've been with you long enough that we need to do this the right way.
He doesn't want an exit strategy. He wants to stay in Green Bay, but he wants his time in Green Bay to be used better. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. And so many teams do that. Like, that's where Tom Brady was lucky, because he's a slightly above average quarterback that had a team built around him, give him the defense, give him the running game, give him the receivers, give him the offensive line. He's had teams build, and maybe it's because he never wanted that huge make or break contract, but same thing happened. I mean, when he went to Tampa, he didn't go to Tampa because they're a shitty team. He went because they had all the pieces in place.
Yeah.
And then they brought all the pieces back and then drafted what they needed to fill in.
Yeah.
Even taking a receiver that, or a quarterback that may be his heir, but we all know Tom Brady isn't necessarily a trainer. Like, he's not there to, the people get on to Joe Flacco saying that's not my job to groom the next guy. No,
it's not.
Tom Brady's never been that guy.
That's not any quarterback's job. That is a quarterback's coach's job. That's why that position exists.
I still think it's nice when they do it. I think that's the proper way to do it. I would be the guy that would be sitting there training the guy behind me, but saying, guess what? I'm going to teach you and I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you where you need to be, but you're still not going to be half the freaking quarterback I am. Yeah. That's the type of guy I'd be.
But no, so Aaron Rodgers is just tired of seeing all these other top tier quarterbacks get what they need to take that next step, while he watches his team just kind of be stagnant and be happy with just very good and instead of great.
No, and I think the team did him dirty. 100%. And I understand his frustrations 100%. I mean, even the news coming out here recently, like, oh, well, we tried to get Justin Jefferson and we tried to get Brandon Akui, but man, they just took him right before me. They got him before me. So you know what? We just went ahead and traded up and got a quarterback. Man, there's so many other people available. Yeah, just like I said earlier with Cincinnati and Jamar, that may have been off the here. You know what? We're going to get into my next one because it bleeds in. It all bleeds together. And you know what, Cincinnati Bengals? Why did you not get Penei Sewell? I said how much I loved him. I said how dominant he was as an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And you know what? Again, my favorite meme ever is, and even some of the people, it might have been, I forget who tweeted it at him, but Jamar Chase and who tweeted out, oh man, we're going to be so good. And it's like, oh, you can't. No, Joe Burrow did a video of Jamar Chase's end zone dance.
Right.
And one of the Ravens players said, can't do the dance if you don't catch the ball because no one's throwing. I think it's Patrick Queen of the Ravens. Anyway,
yeah.
If Joe Burrow has zero time to throw or he blows his knee out again, Jamar Chase isn't getting production.
Right.
You had the opportunity to take by far the best offensive tackle in the draft. The one that everybody in the world, and not every, I understand if it's an outlier, one or two people think you should take Penei. Everybody in the freaking flipping world said, take Penei Sewell. And they're like, oh, we're going to take Jamar Chase because they played together in college. So,
honestly, this pick wouldn't look so bad if they're not coming off a season where they already broke his leg once.
Rookie year, he's got the gigantic scar. Okay, cool. I guarantee you, Joe Burrow, he's playing it off like, hey, I got my boy, we make touchdowns. I guarantee even he's like, why the hell did you not take Penei Sewell? And if I say the name wrong, I'm sorry, but that guy deserved to go number 5 overall to the Cincinnati. He deserved to go number 4 overall. He could have been taken over Kyle Pitts. He's so dominant.
Yeah.
But that's why I think the freaking the Detroit Lions got a steal at 7. For some reason, I thought it was 9, but it's 7. They got a steal getting Panay Sewell there. Even I think Dolphins dropped the ball there, not grabbing him.
Yep.
So anyway,
now he's in Detroit. Now Green Bay has to play him twice a year. Hooray!
Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals.
Flipping. Dadgummit!
A lot of anger.
Remember when the show started? I had 0 flip that guys.
Yeah. That's a lot of anger this week. But I'm glad we got this off our chest.
You know what? It's good. It's very cleansing, for the soul.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, though, we're going to do this, and somebody's actually going to see us saying flip and flip them. We do it. I mean, it's complete honesty, but it's not like we're actually trying to be rude about it. This is a respectful flip and flip that guy. That was just a dumb decision, and that's my opinion. They could prove me wrong. Maybe Panay Sewell is garbage in the NFL, and maybe Jamar Chase is the next Randy Moss. We don't know. That's my point about the whole draft grades suck. But
if you have,
you're going to get you don't sacrifice your quarterback for his feelings. Yeah. Maybe he likes Jamar Chase, but for all you guys know, maybe you hated him. Maybe you thought he was a diva. You ever thought about that? Cincinnati Bengals? Don't go thinking about his feelings. Think about his knee and how it's going to feel when he has to get the other one repaired. Anyway.
And the Chiefs proved it last year in the Super Bowl. They have one of the best offenses in football, but if you can't protect your quarterback, you get nothing.
It's true.
Nothing.
I don't know that we're going to have a taste stuff this weekend. It really bothers me because we didn't do one last weekend.
I think taste stuff will be a more committed thing.
As we come across stuff to taste. I am going to get some more of the Pacific Island soy sauce.
Yeah.
I had donated some bottles away to help spread the word of amazing soy sauces. I actually had one of the guys I gave the bottle to. He's like, man, I like my Kikkoman soy sauce. And he took a bottle home. Next day, he said, you know what? Kikkoman sucks. So
that's not good marketing. I don't know what is.
Hey, spread the word of the Pacific Island soy sauce. If you can get it, get it. I understand soy sauce isn't usually something used every single day, but we will do once I get some. I'll get some sushi. This will be a lot better when Matt's here because
that's what I was gonna say. Taste stuff will be a more consistent thing when we're actually in the same place and can actually coordinate.
Matt, you don't drink much bourbon, do you?
I don't.
Well, you're about to because that's going to be one of the taste stuff. We're going to really dip into this bourbon, and we're going to have the fresh rookie palate, which is you. Yeah. And we're going to have this seasoned palate that's garbage because I could have swore I hated early times and it just won. So you're going to start off by telling me that I'm going to like the thing I thought I hated. Next thing I know, you're going to put a scotch in there. I'm like, I hate scotch. I'm like, oh, this is my favorite. It's a scotch.
No, I'm not a Scotch fan either. I tried.
It's just got this. I don't even know how to describe the taste. It's like a dry, sour garbage.
Yeah,
I mean,
dry sour.
And I want to get into it because so many people like it. And I was told monkey shoulder is the way to go, and it still has that. It's that one flavor in there. I just can't. And it's probably the peat. It's got to be the peatiness.
Maybe.
But I just can't get past it.
And who was talking about alcohol? Those taste bud guys.
Yeah, you know what, guys? Check out those Taste Bud guys. I didn't even know it, but they popped up with a live this last Monday. My Mondays felt complete. I gotta see the Taste Bud guys doing their lives. They're pumping out videos. They got a new editor, so videos are coming out hot and heavy, like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah,
check them out. They're the reason that we have Up the Gut Taste stuff,
and they're good people.
They are good people, but they're the reason we taste stuff because I got to tasting a lot of stuff they recommended, and then I just kept getting more and more into the bourbon game to the point where I think I'm upwards of close to 70 bourbons now. Ooh. I actually today just bought Blackened, which is the Metallica bourbon.
Nice.
And so, I got a lot. Yeah. So there's no way I told them on the live, like, you guys are going to have to come here because I just have too many to travel with. I am going to try to get on the show. And when Matt moves here, we will both go up there and be on their live, but
yep.
Check them out. Check out Tormented Gaming.
Yep.
which is spelt really weird. It's take the E's and make them threes.
I mean,
instead of game in.
We could throw his comment up there. It'll have his name on there.
Yeah, I guess I can do that real quick. It's spelled like that. Check him out.
3 game 3 in.
Yeah, and he understands that there's no E in gaming. He knows it. This is just how it had to happen, okay? But check him out. I just watched him play some Rocket League sometime this last week. He's solid at some Rocket League. I am not a Rocket League fan, but if you are, he's good at it.
We're gonna have to hook up with him at some point and throw down a couple videos up.
Oh yeah, we gotta get some more game playing going. That's mostly my fault because I'm lazy.
We gotta get more Madden videos up where.
And whenever we actually anytime's good, except I just can't play Matt because he just makes me so angry. He's my kryptonite. I don't know why. I'm not bad at Madden. I'm not good at Madden, but I am good enough to win some games. I've actually won a Madden tournament in my life. Now it was in Nevada, so it wasn't big, but
it's a tournament.
I still won it. Like I've had enough skill, and I go up against Matt, and it's just infuriating. Anyway. So Taste Bud Guys, Tormented Gaming. Do we have any other YouTube?
No, it's on YouTube, but probably next week would to remind people about your wife's Mary Kay stuff.
What about it?
Yeah, just throw the link up again.
Yeah.
Trying to drum up some business for her.
I think I still have it. Yeah, I mean, my wife does do Mary Kay. This is from when she provided the charcoal mask. And there is a beard oil that I will be trying.
We'll say that's right. Remember, it's not just for the ladies.
No, shoot, no. I took a shower this afternoon, and I have the face wash. I mean, I use all sorts of stuff. So do that. We still have the Pacific Island American soy sauces.
Yep.
Hit them up. Pop's Authentic Meat Snacks. Hit them up. Jennings Meats. I'm about to order a case of those damn things because I'm out.
The Delta 8, the farm,
yeah. Ooh, I don't think I have them in a thing. It is Farmhouse Extracts or Farmhouse Greens. But I tell you, if you watched the show last week, they calm you down. Okay?
Yeah, it works as advertised.
It is what they said it was. So I still haven't tried the cream yet. I need to get a vape pen. I'm not big on the vape stuff, but I need to get a vape pen. I'll try out that Delta 8 vape. So try them out. Eventually, we will have a taste stuff where I give a good review over everything. And then also the Bottom Shelf, which helped inspire us to do this tasting. And what was it? One More Round.
Yes.
Which is a podcast, but you can find them on Twitter and Instagram at One More Round. Again, I just was up one night hanging out, and they brought me in. They were reviewing George Dickel bourbon, and talking football. Well, hell, there's nothing I like more than bourbon and football. So I think we plugged everybody we need to plug.
Wait, one more. What is it After the Snap?
Yes, After the Snap with Reed and Blake Ferguson. Did you listen to their first episode?
I have not yet.
Oh, I did. It is good. They were taking suggestions for more. It's on all the Apple and Amazon and Spotify and
wherever you get your podcasts.
Wherever you get your podcast, it's there. But it's really one. They're just good to listen to. They don't have lots of pauses. There's stuff going, but having that insight into someone in the NFL so open about the way it is. Check them out. After the Snap with Reed and Blake Ferguson. What is it? Two brothers that live life upside down or something like that. So I've already listened to episode 1. I don't think episode 2 is out yet. So I think it actually maybe tomorrow.
And the Ferguson long snapping legacy.
Yeah, LSU 8 years of Ferguson's, and they're gonna have 12 years of someone from their hometown. I already forgot where it was.
All right, but no, I think we've covered and plugged everybody because you want to see other people succeed on top of that. And
listen, we wouldn't ask you guys to watch something if we didn't want to watch it ourselves. I watch Taste Bud Guys, every video that's ever come out. I've seen it, some of them twice.
You've been on a bunch of them.
Yeah, I've been on some. That's true. Tormented Gaming, whenever he goes live, I'm usually watching. After the snap, listen to their first one. So this is enjoyable stuff, So check it out and check us out. We're all over the place. Listen, there's all sorts of stuff. We posted a video where I built a Lego stadium.
Yep.
It's short, it's sweet, it's cool.
And it came out pretty nice.
I liked it. I mean, I still on my shelf. I like it. We'll have some other stuff pop up, but mostly we just want more people to be involved. So we appreciate everybody that's been in the chat. Everybody that's watching, thank you.
Yes, help us grow. Help us get to the point where this can be our job.
Oh my gosh.
What a living that would be. But here's
this would be a hell of a better show if this was our job.
Oh my goodness. And it's already a good show, I think.
I think so.
Maybe I'm biased.
I mean, I'm definitely biased. I would watch you eat chips. So talking football is just bonus.
But if you did like what you see, all our episodes are archived on YouTube. If you don't get to watch them live, please leave comments. If we see any comments pop up, we'll take a look at them. We love taking suggestions. But we showed you how easy it is to subscribe and get notifications. But if you don't do any of that for some weird reason, I get it. We're not for everybody. Nobody can.
No, we are.
Nobody
are for everybody. Don't even put that out there.
Nobody can please everybody. Not one person can please.
I didn't say we can
place
please everybody, but everybody needs this. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
But if for some weird reason you don't want to subscribe, we're not going to make you because we can't. That's what freedom's all about.
We can't.
But there's one thing you can do for us out of everything else. Tell your moms about us.